At some point, we realize something about life. Things never calm down. There isn't some magical moment where it just suddenly becomes easier. You just sail through it, as much as we'd like to think. And if you're waiting for life to become stable before you take control, you might actually be waiting forever. So a lot of people, including us, did or do say things like, "I'll start when things calm down." Guilty. I'll focus on myself when work settles. I'll get serious when life gets less stressful.
Stuff from Monday.
But life doesn't work like that. The new problems replace the old ones, and then you never get any. You get things like work stress, money pressure, unexpected responsibilities coming into your life, family problems. There's always new variables.
Waiting for things to get better is the worst possible choice you
Yes.
can ever do. Time goes, it never comes back.
You have to wait for things to get better. For them to actually get better, you actually have to do things when like things aren't better. If that makes sense.
You need to do something about it first, and
Yes.
then you can wait and see. But just sitting around waiting for life to knock on your door and say, "Hello, things are better now, let's go." That's not going to happen. First of all, nobody's going to knock on your door and say, "Do you have food today?" Or "Do you have a job?" All of us have our own problems, our own personal life, jobs, whatever to deal with every day. So waiting around for things to get better is such a mistake because we've both been there.
Every single time something goes to shit in your life or you don't do something, it's because you're comfortable. I hate saying that because it sounds so cliche, but it's so
Yes,
true.
but do you really want to be stressed and have so many responsibilities in your life, or you just want to be chill?
The trap is, if you be chill all the time, the stress and the responsibilities in your life are either going to multiply or they're going to get harder to deal with. So at some point, you're going to have to eat shit
Yeah.
and take it on the chin.
And also, if it's not difficult to get whatever you want to get, is it really that valuable? Because the harder it is, the more valuable
Yes.
it is.
What's good in
And
life? Ask yourself this: what's good in life? Money. How do you get lots of money? Unless you were born into money, it's incredibly hard. And it takes a
yeah,
long time. Relationships. I've had many failed relationships, and so have you to get to this stage now, and so have our partners. It takes a long time. So it's
genuine friends,
yes,
genuine
friendships.
people.
You go through a lot of trials and tribulations to get there. It's not easy.
And talking about money, when you hear, I used to hear from a young age when I just hear people talking and I would hear this: money doesn't bring happiness.
It does when you have no money to buy food.
I don't want to sound like a really bad person, but imagine a very important person in your life needs an operation. When you don't have the money to pay for that person operation, come to me and say, money doesn't bring happiness.
Exactly.
Honestly,
I agree with you 100%.
like, yeah, there are better things in life than money. It's not the only thing I'm focused on or I think about all day, but I think is a good example to think to at least for the people that keep saying, I don't care about money. Money doesn't bring happiness. Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Whoever created this phrase was for a reason. But yeah, is a good example to think about, you know?
Yeah.
When you really need that money to pay for that person
Yes.
operation,
Mhm.
trust me, if you have that money, you are happy you have that money.
Yes.
So
I think of that every time I fall into that trap. I go, oh, I'm like, wait a minute, no. I always, that's the exact example I play out in my head and it quick snaps you back into reality. So, chaos breaks most people, I think is a fairly fair statement to make, which is fine because it's chaos by definition. Most
yes,
people fall apart when they have multiple pressures all at once. But I don't think it's because they're inherently weak. I think chaos overwhelms the brain, and lots of us are very one minded and one thing. So you have to learn how to overcome that.
yeah, it's very when chaos is in your life, it's very difficult to
Yes.
control your brain. It's difficult to control your actions. It's difficult to think properly.
And
Yeah.
you know why that is? Because it's an emotional reaction you're having to everything. It's not a rational one.
Yes.
That isn't just to you. I'm not speaking to I am, but I'm also talking to myself
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
in there as
It's a
well.
good. Yeah, it makes sense.
You react emotionally, then you panic, and you either fly into it guns blazing. You either fly into it guns blazing, or you deflect from it, you distract yourself, you procrastinate, and you escape.
You have a beer and you
Yes,
forget.
guilty. When I knew my life was, or I think subconsciously, that's what I did.
You're trying to you're trying to heal your scars
Yep.
with things that are wrong.
They heal them in the moment, and
Yeah,
then that moment becomes worse and
but
worse, and they don't heal you anymore.
yeah, it's like lying to yourself. Oh, I'm happy.
100%
I
is.
have a pizza.
It's literally
It's a
us.
good movie.
It's literally us.
Yeah, it used to be, not anymore.
No, yeah, I'm going to say in the past, I'd like to eat pizza, but I can't. If that's what you're wondering. So if this is resonating with you, you might be asking yourself, so what does it look like when I don't react in this way? So there's a pivot you can make as a person, as a man, and there's kind of I say a trick or a secret. You don't eliminate chaos in your life, which you said anyway. You kind of
Dodge
build
it.
routines. Yeah, you kind of face them. So you have routines and discipline and following the process, or you follow the process. Sorry, you face it and you attack it. You know, it can look like training regularly.
You don't look away from it. Yeah, you don't look
Yes,
away
that's what
from
I'm
it.
trying to say.
As a real man won't look away from it and try to ignore it when it's here, and is
Yes,
yeah.
Slap it away kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You train regularly, you work toward a goal, you keep a promise to yourself, you maintain some structure. Like I said before, as a man, you need to have some sort of control over your life. Doesn't mean being controlling, but it's controlling some aspect of it to feel in control. Because if you're not in control, that's going to fuck you up over the long term.
Yeah, just be more responsible.
Yes. Yeah. And they stop the chaos from taking over. Because even though all this shit is happening in your life, it's coming towards you, you're fighting it off like fucking Jackie Chan. Doesn't matter, because regardless, you're going to the gym, you're eating properly, you're sleeping at the correct time. You keep doing these things, and you are maintaining control. I think that is the main needle mover in all of this, is maintaining control in these situations.
Yeah, as we said at the very beginning, don't just wait
Yep.
for something to happen.
Grab it.
To do something towards it.
Grab
Yeah,
it.
and just
it.
trust the process and keep
Yep.
going, because the results will come.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a lot of control. It can be such a small thing.
Bro, it won't happen overnight either. Like this coming from two impatient people. It doesn't happen overnight, and it can get annoying.
Yes.
But if everything in life would be like this, coming to you when you need it, it would be boring.
Yeah, you won't enjoy it.
And it won't have any value.
Yes.
Because if it would be that easy to get anything you want in life, no one would respect you for going crazy and actually achieving those goals that you have in life. It wouldn't have any value, so anyone would have it, and it wouldn't matter. Like it would be like, yeah, it's just another car, another nice car, or yeah, he can afford to fly to whatever. I can do that. Like it won't make any sense if it won't be difficult.
Yep.
It has to be difficult to have some sort of, to make you feel proud you've done it, like to make sense, because if everything would be on a snap of a finger, it would be pointless doing anything in life.
And the way I see it, when you look at people who have everything and they don't have any stress, is they inevitably go towards stress anyway. They make it because your brain, you kind of lean into it. It wants chaos. It wants something to work towards, to overcome. Definitely as a man, you want to fix things. You want to change things. You want to build things. You want to diagnose things. Hence why lots of men's edge into careers that build and fix things, because our brain, controversial I know, is wired like that.
There was a place I used to work in Romania, a job that I used to do. There was this one guy where I used to work was a pet shop, and he had like a really, really nice aquarium, and every weekend he would come and get something for his aquarium. And this guy, he had, I think was from his family, loads of money, and his family helped him to create businesses. He had so many businesses, and he got to the point where he managed all the businesses to be run by people, so he didn't really had to be there to every day to check, make sure everything is fine. But he came one day and he was talking with me, my boss, and everyone there, and he said, this will sound like I'm showing off, but it's not. I'm genuinely desperate to find a job. And we were like, why? And he said, I have every car I want, I have every clothes I want, I have every watch, I have everything. I can buy anything I want. I'm bored. I am genuinely bored. I need to do something because there's nothing to do. I just go to nice restaurants, I buy this, I buy that, whatever. It's boring.
Yep.
Bro, he got a job and he was working a job for a while, for a few months, just because he was not annoying him, but he said, I don't know what else to do. And that's why I said earlier, which kind of connects with what I've said earlier, if it connects now, if you would get everything like this, it won't make any sense and it will just be boring. One won't have any value. So literally the guy got a job for a good few months just so he had some of the other side of life, if I can call it like that.
What I get from that story is that you're going to have to embrace the chaos and embrace the difficulty at some point.